In a world that often feels turned up to its maximum volume, Jay has learned how to find his rhythm in the spaces where the noise fades away. Jay is in his early 30s. On most afternoons, you'll find him in a quiet cafe, the kind filled with the scent of roasted coffee beans and the low hum of overlapping conversations. While others scroll endlessly on their phones or speak with animated gestures across crowded tables, Jay sits alone in a corner, bathed in warm sunlight, reading a book. For Jay, silence is not something to escape. It is not a void to be filled. It is a medium to be experienced. He belongs to a rare group of people who don't feel the need to fill every moment with noise or crowd their lives with company just to avoid being alone. Jay walks alone not because he can't connect, but because he has chosen to listen differently, to notice the subtle movements of life that most people rush past. As evening settles in, Jay returns to his sanctuary. His apartment is a quiet reflection of his inner world: warm lighting, thriving plants, shelves heavy with books. Every object has meaning, every corner feels intentional. Making tea becomes a ritual. He hums softly as the kettle warms, standing by the window, watching the city breathe below him. To some, this might look like introversion, but it's deeper than that. Jay carries a rich inner world. He feels deeply, he reflects often, and he values authenticity over the performance of constant connection. In the quiet of his home, he journals, sketches, and thinks. These moments are not lonely, they are nourishing. Still, living quietly in a loud world isn't always easy. That tension brings Jay to the office of Dr. Lara, a therapist with a calm, intuitive presence. He struggles to explain the friction he feels, the desire for intimacy, and the exhaustion that comes with social expectations. Finally, he says, "It's not that I don't want connection, I just don't want to perform for it." Dr. Lara listens, then gently replies, "You want to be seen without having to shout." The words stay with him. Jay realizes his quiet nature isn't a flaw. It's simply how he seeks resonance in a world obsessed with spectacle. On a bright afternoon, that clarity follows him into a park. He walks with his hands in his pockets, not searching for anyone, just noticing the moment. That's when he sees Maya. She's sitting on a bench, fully absorbed in sketching. Their eyes meet. No introductions, no grand gestures, just a quiet smile, a moment of recognition. Jay sits nearby, keeping a respectful distance, understanding her space is as sacred as his own. For people like them, love doesn't arrive like fireworks. It grows slowly, in shared understanding. Their connection unfolds in small ways, walking side by side, exchanging knowing glances, learning to sit together in a silence that feels comfortable, not awkward. One evening at an art gallery, they stand before a large canvas. The world fades away. Maya admits she once thought love had to be loud, demanding, overwhelming. But with Jay, she says, this feels like breathing. Jay smiles. They aren't trying to impress each other. They're simply existing, together. They fall in love not through words, but through presence, through listening, through shared quiet. The story ends on a rainy night back at Jay's apartment. Rain taps softly against the windows. Jay and Maya sit on the floor, sipping tea, watching the storm. No pressure to speak, no need to fill the air. They've mastered the architecture of quiet connection. Because true intimacy doesn't always sound like conversation. Sometimes it looks like quiet companionship. being alone together.